Hello and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Well, I've gone and found myself a Vodel Scorpion. The Vodel Scorpion is the new SRV in-game and was announced yesterday prior to Update 9 dropping. Now, I went to a couple of military economies and couldn't quite find one. So I went straight to Founders, Jameson Memorial in the Shinrata system and used my Elite privilege to gain access and get one, which I was a bit surprised about, really. It did say in the patch notes they would be available at military economies. Tried a couple of those, they weren't there. Anyway, I found one. Let's not dwell on things. So we can do a good side-by-side comparison here now between the Vodel Scarab and the Vodel Scorpion. So straight away, as we all know, the Scarab, we're not going to dwell too much on this. Dual repeater and a data link scanner. It's got 4 cargo capacity, a hull mass of 4 tons, fuel capacity of half a ton, armour health of 108, and shield health of 40. Lovely. But what about this new Vodel Scorpion? Well, let's just take a look at that. Look at that straight away. So we've got a reduction of 2 tons, straight away on cargo capacity. So that's 2 less than the 4 the Scarab had. It's a lot heavier. It's 26 tons heavier. Must be the great big honking space gun that's stuck in it. And also the armour health is about 54 more than what the Scarab is. Also shield health is up to 130, whereas the Scarab shields by default are 40. You'll also notice it not only has a data link scanner, but it has the surge repeater and the, I'm going to call it, Aculus. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to me up on my pronunciation, but there you go, it's nearly Christmas. The Aculus launcher, which is the missile launcher. So there you go, those are the comparison on the stats. Fantastic stuff. Let's click on it, let's buy and equip. Oh yes indeedy. So here we are on a nice landable planet that I found in system. The sun is out, it's shining, and it gives us a good idea of what the Vodel Scorpion's all about. Its default configuration, very much sort of like that taupe sandstone sort of colour. Very aggressive looking. Look at those wheels, straight off the old Batman tumbler. Straight off the bat, you can see exactly where they are. And as you can see, that same old suspension dynamic is carried over from the Vodel Scarab. Fantastic stuff. Taking a look at the back, that back looks very car-like with the rear panels, okay, with the rear lights. No idea where the cargo scoop is on this. We can see how cram-packed the cockpit is to squeeze 2 of you in there, you and your crew member, but I'm sure we're all going to manage. One thing I noticed as well is that, it's quite a used interior, bearing in mind these are new SRVs. And I always did think that the SRV interior should wear over time, especially with some of the new ships as well. We've seen this when the crate was released. Either way, it's looking fantastic. So what have we got here now? Right, so have another look around, look at the wheels, fantastic. Look at the sides. Yeah, great. Same thing with the old headlamps as well. You've got 3 stages of the headlamps. That's not a problem. But how does it stack up against the Vodel Scarab? Well, next to it you can see it's pretty much the same floor plan as the old runaround, shall we call it. Okay, drastically less wheels. I mean, there's 8 on the old Scarab and a typical 4-wheel configuration on the Vodel Scorpion. Gone are the big thrusters either side, as you can see, and it's one of those things you don't really realise until you put the 2 SRVs side by side. So you can tell it's from the same manufacturer by the design, but obviously they've got their own identity. That is perhaps not evident straight away. It's the fact there is no sonar. Right? There's no sonar showing you where things are in this SRV. It is for war and war only. Combat, not exploration. If you remember in the Scarabs, you could then find objects, other things as well. you're going to have to rely on the original disc and not the sonar on the top of the dashboard. So that's probably not an omission, but by design, but something commanders are going to have to think about before they replace their Scarabs for a Scorpion. So let's talk about that great big honking space gun fitted to the Scorpion. So not only does it have 2 seats for your driver and your gunner, you can also fire that gun as a driver as well and switch to the turret or use your multi-crew. So the Surge Repeater is a rapid fire weapon that gets more accurate the longer it is fired for. Cool. And also the Aculus, that's what I'm going to call it, launcher, which is a missile launcher, either locked on or dumb fire. Let's have a quick look in regards to what it's like standing next to it with an old commander, and you can see, yeah, you know, it's a comparative scale. This scale between the 2 models, I mean, it's definitely the newer, refiner build. I'm not sure how many people are going to stick to the old faithful Scarab unless they're new commanders, and the new commanders are short on money. Either way, though, a more aggressive-looking vehicle, aggressive-looking stance, and a nice, bigger weapon. So let's get into the Scorpion. Let's check out the other Scarab. Now, you know what's coming next. I'm going to get it in my sights. Let it have it. How long will it last, do you think? Here's the thing. Not very long. There you go. Shields are down. Hit it with a missile. Goodbye, SRV. That's quite compelling when you think about it. It's going to be great against Goliaths, etc., etc. So, that's great. Let's go and get ourselves another one and see what all that's about. What I have found with the Scorpion, mind, is that even though the inside of the cockpit is nice and worn and all the rest of it, a bit cramped, good field of fire, the weapon is savage. 2,000 rounds of ammunition, right? I think it's 10 or 12 rounds in the rocket launcher, but a horrendously savage weapon. You can really make a mess of some things with this. And it's going to be interesting to see how, or if the community has SRV Scorpion Wars, or if Frontier actually do put some sort of missions like this into the game. That would be good. But you can see, hey, if those rocks shattered, you're making a right mess of them. So here I am getting into another Vodel Scarab, and we're going to pull up alongside and let the Vodel Scorpion have another good go at that. Just for science, really. We've already seen it once. Let's see if we see it again. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to set all the pips to the shields and just give the Scarab a bit of a chance. Although, really, it's not going to take that much to destroy this. These things are made of tissue paper, as they are, whereas the Scorpion is more your war-based method. So let's get out. Let's get all the way over here. One thing I found as well at the moment, if you approach the vehicle from the front and press E, you can't get in. You've got to go to the side. I'm sure that may well be fixed. Let's line up the Scarab. There it is. Go to the turret mode. Let rip the dogs of war. Of course, we've locked on. But let's hit it with the gun first. There you go. Stood up to it so far. Sustained barrage. There's the shields. Whap. With the rocket. No more Scarab. So, what do I think of it so far? Okay, 2 tons of cargo capacity. But you can carry one of your crew around with you in Multicrew. Honking great big space gun. You gotta love it, right? You gotta love a space gun. And it's got a dual mode with a rocket on it as well. It's not a slouch. It can travel. It can hoof around a bit, as they say. And I think it looks fantastic. Interesting to see what it looks like with some of the other paint packs on there as well. Be quite interesting to see what the model looks like in different colours. Not so much black, but perhaps some of the other ones. So far, I think it's great. We'll see how it performs in the field with missions and also in Multicrew on some of the streams on the weekend. I've been Ricardo. Thanks very much for watching this review and comparison between the two SRVs. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments.